I'm here to talk to you today about the single greatest campaign idea I've ever had. And its brilliance is not only its simplicity, but also that it can be run in just about any system. In fact, I'd wager it can be ran in every system because of how simple it is. And there are three kinds of people that I tell this to, and they have three different reactions. The first is that's brilliant, that's great. The second is that okay. And the third reaction is that's just Burning Wheel and you should play that. So what is it? Well, it's called the Pact. The idea is that 1 year before the start of the campaign, each of the player characters agreed to get their affairs in order over the next year, and exactly 1 year later come together and swear the Pact. The idea is that the players get together for the first session and they sit down. If you're in a fantasy, it's in a tavern. If it's sci-fi, it's a space tavern. If it's cyberpunk, you might be in some secure internet site, whatever. The point is that you're all together, again, for the first time after 1 whole year apart. And you have each brought to the table one challenge that you could not complete on your own, at least at the time the pact is sworn. It could be revenge. It could be the recovery of a lost item. It could be something so great as to slay a dragon or take over a mega corporation. Or it might be so simple as to kill the man who tortured you years ago. And that is the simplicity, and therefore that is the brilliance. Now each of the players out of game swears that no matter what, their characters will stick to the pact. The players in game, the characters in game rather, swear that they will stick to the pact no matter what. They will work together to accomplish each other's goals because the others are helping them out with their goals. Right? You agree not to commit suicide. You agree not to betray the party. You agree not to leave the party for any reason until it's done. Until everyone's goal is done. Only death may free you of your oath to the pact, and in some system that's probably not even final. Right, and it's great. Now, I did actually post about this on Reddit a while back, and believe it or not, some people were asking a few questions that disturbed me. Like, hey, what if my character doesn't want to go along with what somebody brings to the table as their goal, or what's stopping my character from leaving after his goal is complete? It's called buy-in, right? And I didn't think it even needed a word or a phrase, but I guess it did. The idea is that you are sitting down and playing a game with your friends, right? You are sitting down at the table and you are playing Dungeons and Dragons. You're playing Pathfinder. You're playing Vampire. You're playing Shadowrun. You're playing Stars Without Number. You're playing Star Wars. Whatever you're playing, the point is you agree to play a game. You control your character, not the other way around. Buy-in, right? A good example of what I'm talking about is, let's say that we are playing The Curse of Strahd in 5th edition. By saying we're going to play The Curse of Strahd, the the players are giving me as the dungeon master an agreement that we're going to play The Curse of Strahd. Right? You agree to try and stick to the story, even if it feels a little railroady, because that's what we're here to do. In the case of the pact, and I would wager every single game regardless, you're there to play with your friends a cooperative, teamwork-based game. If your character wouldn't go along with what the party is doing, especially in the pact, then you need to change the way your character feels about it. One thing I like to say if somebody says it's what my character would do, or my character wouldn't do that, I say, well, it's your responsibility then to come up with a reason why your character would not or would do this. It's that simple. Back to the pact, though. It's fun. We've done Pact Fantasy in my group. We're playing Pathfinder. The Pact, it's going really well, and it's a lot of fun. We set up Pact in space with Starfinder. We have kind of a half pact going with Shadowrun, and it's great. I'm going to keep rambling here and telling myself how great this idea is, so I'm going to get going now. But remember, if you're stuck on ideas for a campaign, try the Pact. The players will write the story for you. And you'd be surprised at where it can go. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great evening.